Hello traders, this is Kajata the Scalp Lord back on the charts again from Silent Pips Academy with another exciting video for you. Today we'll be looking at stop loss hunts. I know a lot of you are always trading and your stop losses are always being hit. Either you're not placing it correctly or just don't know why you are stopped out of the trade even when you feel like you placed it correctly. Please do me a favor, hit the like button and also smash the subscribe button. So we will be going straight to the point today. First, what is a stop loss hunt? Let me show you an example of a stop loss hunt. And I'm going to the charts USD JPY, for example. This is a very low time frame, like the 3 minutes time frame. And for example, you could see this resistance over here. And a lot of smart traders could want to enter a trade at the second touch of this level here. So you enter the trade, your stop losses will be up there, and your stop loss can get hits like over there. Your stop loss is hit, you're out of the trade, and price goes your direction, price goes down, and you're feeling very bad. And there's another opportunity here. You see a lot of smart traders will have to enter the shorts here, and this wick will stop them out before still going their direction. And I know this happens to almost every trader, especially scalpers. Especially scalpers. One thing you should notice, the golden rule of you being a forex trader: never ever trade without a stop loss, guys. Trust me, that's the last thing you want to do. Trading without a stop loss is the last thing you will want to do. So guys, there are a lot of different kind of traders out there. Some of you may be day traders, some of you may be scalp traders, others swing traders, and every different type of trader has a way to place a stop loss. I'll be starting from scalp traders today. How do scalp traders place their stop losses, and how should they correctly place their stop losses? Or in other words, we'll be looking at how to avoid stop loss hunt. So what exactly is the stop loss hunt? The stop loss hunt is simply when market makers try to use retail traders to gather liquidity to move price to their direction. We are all retail traders. I'm a retail trader, you are a retail trader. Whether you're a scalper, day trader, swing trader, you at the end of the day are a retail traders. In fact, all of us are retail traders. So we'll be looking at how to correctly place your stop loss. How to correctly place your stop loss, guys. So how do you correctly place your stop loss? I always say this to my team, I always say, always place your stop loss where price invalidates your market structure. Always place your stop loss where price invalidates your market structure. So this is the Nasdaq chart, and I've been trading this the whole day. You could see 2% increase plus 2% increase plus 1.5% increase. That's a nice trading day for us. So guys, how to correctly place your stop loss. As a scalper, as I've just said, you want to place your stop loss where price invalidate market structure. If you've been learning with us for quite some time, you know about our money line concept. As you can see on the chart, you can see my money lines as they break and they give me a lot of money. You see everywhere I just have money lines, and I make a lot of money from just trading with money lines on very low time frame, just scalping the markets always, and making a lot of profits. You could see the trades here, making up a lot of profits just scalping the market. So guys, so how do we correctly place our stop losses? As I said, you must place your stop loss where price invalidates the market structure. So if you look at this chart, for example, you could see that I had this my upper trend line and this my lower trend line here, which I do call my money line. And this trade, like a lot of smart traders will always try to enter like here, and their stop losses will be like here, and they will get hits like almost immediately. They will get hits. You could see my own charts. This is a 1 minute time frame. I'm a scalper, obviously, so a lot of traders will get hit just with a week of this candle. This is a 10 pip stop loss. Like guys, you always want to trade with a small stop loss. Like 10 pip stop loss will help you bank up more profits with a higher risk to reward of 1:5, guys. Yes, So you could see a lot of traders want to enter up here, tighten the stop loss like a 10 pip stop loss on a 1 minute chart, and they get stopped out almost immediately before then price goes their way. So they get stopped out, price goes their direction, and they get very offended. You come again here, like a lot of traders will still have placed a 10 pip stop loss here, entering the second time. They get stopped out and price goes their way, and they get so offended. So this third entry never came to the stop loss, but these two trades could have been a losing trade. Now all this week to the upside is called the stop loss hunt. So guys, how do you avoid the stop loss hunt? The first thing which you should take note of in when trading, the first thing which you should take note of is the trading session which you are following. Guys, you don't want to follow a wrong trading session, because the market makers will step in and kick you out. When you trade matters. What you trade as well matters. Avoid trading pairs with very long wicks. For example, CHF pairs usually have very long wicks. So if you're a scalper, you will not want to stay in a pair with a very long wick, because your stop loss will be wide. Your take profit also will need to be wide for you to get at least that 1:1 trade, or that 1:2 trade. You need to hold the trade for quite some time. So you always like to trade heavy pairs with a tight stop loss and a far take profit with a good risk to reward. You'll be able to bank up some profit in the market. So when scalping, where exactly do you place your stop losses? Looking at the price, for example, I'll just use this scenario to show you where to correctly place your stop losses. Now let me show you the candle that broke out. This was the candle that broke out of our level. This candle that's highlighted to the downside, this bearish candle, that was a candle that broke out to our level. So anytime you enter a trade, let me say your breakout is here, your breakout is there, the best place to always put your stop loss is above the wick of the candle that broke out. So your stop loss has to be above the wick of this candle that broke out. Do you understand, guys? I hope you understand. Above the wick of the candle that broke out, your stop loss will not get hit, guys. Your stop loss will not get hit above the wick of the candle that broke out. So if you came, for example, in this second scenario, depending on the candle that you took, that which broke out, if you took this candle, you need to place it above the wick. Now always leave breathing space for spread. You don't want to place your stop loss exactly here, because you will get hit. Just the spread will stop you out. It should be above the wick, like 2-3 pips above the wick is reasonable. So you should just go the wick like here. So just go like 2-3 pips, like 20 pips, something like that, and you will not get stopped out of the trade. And if you give it small breathing space, you won't get stopped out anytime. Price will move up and finally go down to your take profit. You make some reasonable equity here, you make some reasonable money here. This was just a 1:1 trade, and you make some money and you are out of the market in profits, guys. So that's how you correctly place your stop loss. For swing traders, their stop losses are always wide, since they are always on higher time frames. You always want to put your stop loss where price totally invalidates your market structure. Let's say, for example, you are a swing trader and you were to let's see, you were to enter a buy around here. Let's say you were to enter a buy at this level here. You want to place your stop loss right where price will not invalidate your market structure. So for example, if you are to buy here, your stop losses should be below this wick. You see these levels here, your stop losses should be below these levels. Let me change the color of the line for you to see. Below the small black line, your stop losses should be below that line. You give a lot of breathing space to the charts, to the price, and then you begin to scale in as price moves your direction. You log in, move your stop loss closer while adding more positions as price goes your overall direction. So that is how swing traders trade, while scalpers do their best to get the tightest stop loss possible and also get the most out of the market anytime they're trading. One thing you should take notice: swing traders always trade off high time frames, while scalpers trade off low time frames. But the last thing you want to do, guys, is to scalp against the market direction. Now coming back to scalpers, a lot of scalpers, when they enter this setup, for example this one here, Let me highlight it so that you could see this setup over here. They will want to put their stop losses far. A lot of scalpers will try to put their stop losses above structure here, which is very great and a great place to put your stop loss. But guys, you're scalping, what you want is the risk to reward. You don't want to be the world's greatest pip catcher. You want to be the guy with the risks to reward. 1:3, 1:4, 1:5 is very great. A 1% risk is taking you up by 5% increase on your account, guys. 5%, which is a lot. Just one setup is able to grow you by 5% increase on your account. So guys, that is how you need to trade. Putting your stop loss here is a great place, but there, as I said, the best place to put your stop loss is where price will not invalidate your market structure, because you know clearly here that a candle which engulfs this bearish candle is obviously going back to the upside, therefore meaning price has just bounced off the lower money line or the lower trend line and is going to the upside. So guys, if you want to sell, your entries here and your stop loss is tight there. You can see the difference. Now look at these two traders. One stop loss is very far, the other person's stop loss is quite tight. So you see this first entry, your stop loss could be very far right up here at 40 pips, and your risk to reward is 1:1.3. Then another person enters this same trade, his stop loss is at 20 pips and his risk to reward ratio is 1:2.6. So one person will grow by 1.3%, another person will grow by 2.6% in the same trade with the same setup they cut. And what was the difference? One had a good stop loss, one had a bad stop loss. So that is how you should correctly place your stop loss. Secondly, how do you avoid stop loss hunt? Remember guys, as I said, you must trade during the session. And also, if you're trading breakouts like I do, you will not want to trade when it's not yet a breakout. Always allow price to break out before entering the trade. Then your stop loss should be placed above the candle or above the wick of the candle that broke out to your overall direction on a low time frame if you're scalping. As I said, I'm a scalper, so scalpers should better understand, if you're scalping, your stop loss should be placed above the wick of the candle that broke out on the low time frame. So guys, that is it for today. I'll see you again in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, ring the bell icon, and so that you'll be notified of any video that we're uploading to the channel. See you later guys. Ciao.